Hello, there is a new bond store update. First things first, under the best tab in the store page, you can go and get 3 different bundles for bonds. You can get 2,500 components for 5,000 bonds, bond pack number 1 and bond pack number 2 for 10,000 bonds, which gives you basically a free piece of bond equipment. Because obviously the way this works is that the hardening and also the turbo are 6,000 bonds, so this is essentially a 16,000 bond bundle for only 10,000. Moving into the actual tanks for bonds though. The new ones here are the T54D, the Toro, the Lansen C, AMX 1357F, the Cromwell B, and the SU85i. I am on my Big Noober account because I went on my main account expecting the bond store to update, sat there for 20 minutes, and then quickly realized I had all the tanks and I was just looking at a blank page. Anyway, let's start out with the SU85i, and I'll go through each tank and tell you what I think about them. First things first, this is not the super OP one. This is not the SU76i. However, it's still a decent vehicle. I don't think that anyone can really go wrong with this tank. It's just a standard tier 5 tank destroyer. You have a good gun, 160 alpha damage, 119 standard pen, and overall, the stats are good. Okay, the aim time's a little bit long, but what do you expect for tier 5? For 2,000 bonds, it's not that bad. I think that we can just gloss over this pretty quickly. If you want to buy this, you'll buy this. Next up, we have the Cromwell B. This is a solid vehicle. For 5,000 bonds, okay, we are starting to get towards tier 8s, and if you ever watched one of my bond store videos before, you'll know that 5,000 bonds starting to get towards the premium vehicles that are like the tier 8s. So you could earn just a little bit more bonds and then you'll get a much better time earning credits. However, if you just want to stay at low tier, it's not a bad option. The gun is very nice. Okay, it's not super accurate because you actually reload faster than you aim sometimes. Even though that this says it's a 3.5 second reload, by the time you add a rammer and stuff like that onto it, and then the aim time being 2.2 seconds, we all know that 2.2 seconds is not actually the full time to do the full aiming. In fact, it's like a third of the time that it takes to aim or something like that. But you have 11 degrees of gun depression, you have good DPM, you have okay hit points, and you go very fast. There's not really too much that you don't like about this tank, or at least most people don't like about this tank. So for 5,000 bonds, yeah, I'd recommend it. We then have the AMX 1357. This is the exact same tank as the non-F version because this is just basically Wargaming Grand Finals for Wargaming League, back when that was a thing. You have 90 damage, however, you have 8 shells in the magazine with a 1 second intra-clip reload, and you reload the full clip in 15 seconds. Meaning that you can quickly go into the battle, get behind someone to flank them, deal your 8 shots of damage, run away, usually do some crits as well, like set someone on fire, and you're just laughing. Rinse and repeat, 15 seconds later, come back, do it again. This is one of the most fun tanks at tier 7. I had to just double check which tier that was. However, it is 6,000 bonds, which, okay, it is a tier above the Cromwell, so it makes sense that it's 1,000 bonds more, but I need to then preface this, you're getting very close to that 8,000 bonds where you could just afford a tier 8 premium. So if you are, the main goal being, I just want a premium tank and it's going to earn me a load of credits, this is not it. In fact, this is really not it, considering the cost. You see, the average penetration on the standard round is 143, which is not too bad, but you get nearly 200 on the premium round. But unfortunately, the premium round is 2,800. And the other issue is that you only get 56 shells in total, meaning that if you went with a 50-50 loadout, you will run out of ammo very fast. I mean, it also doesn't help that it's 1,400 shell velocity for the premium round as well, which is just even better. All of this just means that the tank is a lot better when you fire premium rounds than the standard rounds. Even more so in this vehicle than others. So the actual cost of running the tank is going to be quite high. Next up, we have the Lansen C. This has kind of been forgotten about a little bit over time. However, I still think it's a very good tank. The only problem with this thing is that it only has 208 pen and the premium round is like 240 pen. It's not very good considering you're going to meet tier 10s at times. 320 alpha damage though, with okay DPM and 0.36 accuracy, is pretty good. Another downside though is that it's 2.5 second aim time nearly. Yeah, that's not good. Although you get 10 degrees of gun depression, the rest of the vehicle is actually pretty okay. 1,300 hit points, you got 50 forward, 28 power to weight, and decent enough view range with camo rating. So I think that this is not a bad vehicle, and I'd probably recommend it for 8,000 bonds. This is not 10,000. If it was 10,000, I'd say no. But for 8,000 bonds and it's in line with the rest of the tier 8 premiums, I don't really think that you can go far wrong with this. The only problem is it better than a CS52 LIS? Well, no. The gun is much worse than a CS52 LIS, considering that it's the same alpha damage. damage. But I think the actual ability of this vehicle does not revolve so much around the gun, but actually the scouting capabilities of this tank. Because remember, camo rating while stationary is 17%, and you have 13% nearly on the move, which means you could set it with CVS low noise and you're basically a light tank, while also then still having the gun to back it up. So yeah, for 8,000 bonds, I would very much consider it. Next up, the Toro. No, don't bother getting this. Okay, the gun is not too bad, but the whole vehicle is just... I don't know why you'd play it. For 11,000 bonds and you could get a Tiger Mouse, why would you be at this thing? I don't know. You have an auto reloader which takes forever. You don't have the good intuition as well because, well, you intuition an auto loader, or an auto reloader, sorry, and it just goes and loads one shell for you. Penetration is okay, 315 for the premium pen, and that being heat, but it's not... There's just something about this tank which just doesn't feel good to play with. It's not bad, but I wouldn't want to play it. I just can't put my finger on why I feel like I just don't enjoy this vehicle when I play it. So no, I'd probably just avoid this. Get a Tiger Mouse for the same amount of bonds. And finally, the T-54D. No. This thing is horrible to play with. You have 5 degrees of gun depression, and if that's not bad enough, you have a gun which just doesn't work. You have 0.33 dispersion, very, very good, but the aim time is 2.5 seconds, actually 2.7 seconds, nearly 3 seconds aim time. You also then have the same DPM as a Lansen C, pretty much. You don't go absolutely rapid because, okay, you go at 40, but you only have 13 pound to weight. That's more heavy tank level. At least you have camo though. Again, this is for 11,000 bonds. Shall we take a look at what else we can get for 11,000 bonds? I could get a Char MLE 75 or a beloved WZ114, the good boy. You could even get a T95... No. I mean, it's the only real medium tank that you can get for bonds at this level, but I don't know why you would do that. It plays more like a heavy tank than a medium tank, and it's just too slow, the gun is too derpy, and it has no gun depression. I would avoid it completely. I would rather get a Toro than a T-54D. I really would. Anyway, that has been the new updated bond store. What would I get? Well, I mean, I've been through this, but yeah, the low tiers are the low tiers, so... whatever. But out of all of these, I'd definitely consider the AMX 1357 if you are wanting this type of playstyle. If I was getting a brand new account, I'd probably get one of these because it's just incredibly fun. However, I'm not thinking of it in the way of I'm going to earn a load of credits with it because I won't. I'll lose credits probably. Lansen C, although the list exists, so it's a bit more, I don't know. And honestly, I think that's about it. I don't think I would touch the Toro or the T-54D. I'd rather get another tank that's different. I get a Tiger Mouse over any of these, and definitely a Char MLE over the T-54D or the Toro. I know they're a very different thing entirely, but the thing is, these tanks are just not going to be worth my grinding of bonds to then go and play. So yeah, I don't think that the new higher tier ones are worth it. I think they're not that good, but you have good tanks up here anyway for you to go and choose from. Go and get WZ. Good boy, WZ. Anyway, hope you enjoyed. This was just a quick video on the update on the bond store. By the way, 100% go and get the bond equipment from the store if you have 10,000 bonds or even 20,000 bonds. It's well worth it. You get a free piece of equipment out of them, so go and do it. That is by far the best deal of all of this. Anyway, hope you enjoyed. I'll see you all in the next one.